They say it's something in the water. Hey everyone, welcome to Wearing the King's Crown with Pastor P. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. So today, I want to talk to you about something. I have a lot of friends who are in the dating world and they are meeting new people, quite often. And they say it's a lot going on. I kind of ponder this lately and about the dating scene in today's world. But let's be real. Sometimes it feels like, this is not my saying, but this is what they say. They say there's pee in the dating pool. Are they right or not? Let's talk about it.
Anything. Well, look next time. Use your eyes. They ain't supposed to just be hazel. This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. Lord, gee. Well, you know what? I'm tired of your presence. Dismissed.
It's tough out there. Let's just face it. We've got so many questions swirling around. Why does it seem like so many guys are afraid of dating or afraid of being faithful from that standpoint? What's up with all these women? The women feeling like, they don't want to be committed. They're iffy about, whether they, want to date 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many people at the same time. Well, it can feel like we're all just dancing around each other and not going anywhere. We just dancing and doing nothing at all. Your feet moving, man, ain't nothing happening. So we're doing that with no goals, no purpose, nothing in mind. So many people nowadays are unsure about, is it safe to date? Giving up on dating. They're doing a lot, but is it safe to take that next step when it comes to dating? Is it safe to meet new people and be honest with them and want to get honest feedback? Let's take a peek and see what's really going on with this dating world.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. Lord, gee. Well, you know what? I'm tired of your presence. Dismissed.
You see, there are definitely barriers that make dating a real challenge. First and foremost, people are so busy. People are not being truthful. They're afraid of being vulnerable. Man, but we got to put pie in the face. We got to face it. We've all got baggage, And if you're old enough, you got baggage. And add to that the pressures and social media and all the perfect relationships we see online. And it's no wonder we're all somewhat afraid to take that leap of faith when it comes to meeting a new person and really being involved, being committed, wanting to be with that person. But I think it's super important for us to reflect on that really what we truly want, and we need to identify our values. Not only that, from a biblical standpoint as well, as far as commitment, and that's a big deal. When we look at the things about love, patience, and understanding, if we look at it from a biblical perspective, the scripture says we see how essential it is to build a strong foundation. It's all about having faith in each other. When we invest in people, people don't want to lose in their investment. So when they meet somebody new, they don't want to put that much into them. They don't want to be honest about, their feelings or whatnot. But in any investment, it's always can lose. So how do we overcome these hurdles? People need to start by being open and, especially open with their communication, open with their potential partners. Don't be afraid to ask tough questions. We have to ask tough questions so we know what we're dealing with. We need to ask it up front so that we know. Don't waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. So we look for those red flags, but also recognize the green lights at the same time. Faith plays a big role too, trusting not just in your partner, the person that you meet, but in the journey together. Finding the right person takes time, and no one's perfect, but as long as you're both working on that, working on the same page, and not on that, willing to work together, which is extremely important. Most people don't want to do that because they don't want to be vulnerable, but you have to work together, and it can be a very beautiful thing. So I want to give you a key point. Working together and spending time understanding each other can be a good and it can be a bad thing, but we got to accept them for who they are. So if you learn something about them, certain things should be, relationship killers. So for a successful dating scene, we gotta focus on three things, okay? Three things. The first thing is the communication. Second thing is the commitment, and the last thing is the compromise. We have to learn to compromise. We don't need to run out just because somebody has something bad about them. But these are the three C's that are essential for building a healthy, fulfilling relationship. And again, I want to go over them with you. There are three things, okay? The first one is communication, and that's open and honest and being respectful, communication. It is a foundation of any successful relationship. This means that we have to actively listen. Anybody listen sometimes? A lot of people don't want to listen. We have to listen to the other person. Express your needs and your feelings and being willing to discuss those challenges. And a lot of people don't want to talk about hard things. It's okay to tell something that's something you might disagree with. That's how you find out if they really want to be with you. Second thing is commitment. It's a willingness to invest time, effort into the relationship and to be there for your person that you're with. It is crucial. This includes making a conscious decision to prioritize a relationship and make it work. You can't date Sally today and Juna tomorrow and Glory the next day. You gotta take some time, and this can be through some difficulties, but together you can do it. The last thing I want to talk about is compromise. Compromise in a relationship has to be involved between both people. You have to be willing to compromise and find solutions that work for the both of you. It means that we may not always agree, but this means being flexible and understanding that not every desire will be met, and that sometimes you need to give in. It ain't always go your way, but to ensure the relationship is going to be a well-being and going well, it's a give and take. You got to be able to compromise. So what does the Bible say about dating? Or the Bible doesn't explicitly use the word dating. It doesn't. It really talks about the importance of finding a spouse that share the same faith. And if you share that same faith, God will bring it together. Not only that, you share that same faith, and that relationship should be pursued with the intention of marriage. A lot of people are just dating just to get the benefits of a marriage, but they don't want to be married. But the intention has got to be married, not just some feel-good pleasures. Marriage should be the goal. The Bible views marriage as a sacred union between a man and a woman. Let me say that again, between a man and a woman. And dating should ideally be a means to find a suitable marriage. That's what dating is all about. So when we're dating and we see that they say in the streets that it's pee in the pool, we need to go to another pool and see what's going on. So let's break this down. Let's break these walls down. We've got to be real with ourselves and each other and see where this wild dating scene can take us. Don't be afraid of dating, but be wise in who you choose to date. Ask those hard questions to know who you're really dealing with. We have to understand that, people can put on an act, and we have to go behind the curtains and see what's going on in the background. Some people are no good, and don't be afraid of putting yourself out there, because that's the way you find out. Sometimes showing and shining, that person, they want to know, are you their shining armor? Are you that person that they've been looking for? This is something that you have to take time out to find that person, get to know one another, and be able to ask those questions. So make sure that you use those 3 C's that I shared with you, that we use those so that we can learn from each other. And if that's not the person, it's okay. It's okay to move on. It really is. But that doesn't mean that dating is just bad. Maybe you're looking in the wrong places. Maybe you're looking at the wrong type of people that you're looking at. Be open to some new things. Be open to somebody who has all of those features, but he may have a gut or tummy on him or something like that. Hey, we all have some imperfections somewhere or another. But don't let that stop you from dating. And just know that God is on your side. I trust this has helped somebody to understand about the dating scene and then how to date from a biblical perspective. It's a lot going on this world, but yet there are still people out there finding someone that they're marrying. I hope and pray that you find the person that you're looking for. I would ask that you like, share, and subscribe. This is Wearing the King's Crown with Pastor P. We look forward to seeing you soon.
You know what? I'm tired of your presence. Dismissed.